Hello and welcome to Rifle, Shotgun, and Four-Wheel Drive. I too succumbed to the RTI No5 Jungle Carbine. Here it is. I didn't do an unboxing. There's plenty of unboxings and everyone opening them up and seeing what they look like. Kind of going through trying a few different things. I did a small short on steaming a stock. You can tell the bottom part, it's not steamed, it's darker wood. I did steam the upper part. You can tell it's a little bit lighter. All these dark spots are actually still imperfections in the wood, but I kind of like it like that. I think it looks kind of neat, kind of keeps the original color. I started on the buttstock. It is disconnected. I'm trying some different ways to kind of fill some of the holes and the cracks. You see one little spot here. What I did was I sanded some of the wood from the inside of this handguard and I saved it, and I used some shellac basically and mixed it up like a filler and basically put it in this spot right here. You can kind of see it's just a little lighter than the wood, but it still matches. I've also got another spot, if I can roll this over, in this back corner that I've filled in right here with the shellac and the wood mixture, kind of like a putty. And I've got another little spot right here, a little dent right in here. You can kind of see a little bit where I filled it in. We'll let that dry for 24 hours and lightly sand that and try and get that to fill in. I'm practicing on that because I'm going to be working on this next, this giant hole here. But what I want to do is I want to get a lot of the grain up from this, so there's a lot of dirt and grime on it. I have washed it with soap and water, but I need to sweat it to get all the oil and impurities out so I can get it to match this up here. And that's kind of what I did. I did sweat the back. You can kind of tell it kind of looks like this up here, a little bit closer. Not exactly, but it's a lot closer. So my next project is this. Also, I've been trying to do different ways to blue things or get the color back I want. This trigger guard, basically, I've already taken out, let me see if I can get this thing out of here. And I did a Luma Black on it, and it came out really well. I did about 3 coats. I carded it with a Luma Black, which is really made for aluminum, but it kind of came out nice and dark. You can kind of see some of the original finish on there still, and it's just kind of filled in around it, but it's nice and dark. And I used good old, this is my old bottle of a Luma Black, Gunsmith back in the day. I've also been trying this Presto Black. The Presto Black I did use on the buttstock pad, and this is how it came out. Basically, I had to polish this down, get it nice and shiny, and then use the Presto Black on this. It's about 3 coats, and then coated it with oil, and it came out pretty good. Came out dark, nice and dark. Also been playing around with different ways on the magazine. The magazine did not look like this when I got it, but you can still see some of the original finish on it. I did use a Luma Black on this. Didn't take as well. So what I did was I heated it up really hot and I sprayed it with oil, this WD-40. And I got this nice black dark finish on it, which matches kind of everything else. You can kind of see the line where it sat in the stock still a little bit, but it's not as prevalent as it was before. So it came out pretty good. Not perfect, but black when you look at it. Looks good against the stock. Looks black when you hold it away. It holds the finish. It's not coming off. Also did the stock bolt. It came out nice and black. I also did the barrel band, which came out really nice. And this is with the Presto Black warming it up, not heating it too hot, warming it up, and then applying that and having it coat so everything kind of matches a little bit. It's going to look good. So I've been just playing with different ways to get things a little darker. I tried the boiling in the water. I didn't like the finish I got. It brought all the rust up, so I just sanded it all down and started polishing it. But everything else seems to have come out pretty good. Nice and black. That'll match that. This one came without a bolt. I do have a bolt for it. I got that from Sarco. I did get a safety from RTI. I haven't put that in. I haven't done anything with this yet. Just kind of playing with the stock. The barrel, rusty, obviously. But what's interesting is when you pull that away, look at the original finish on there still. Still got some of that. So I want to try and see if I can, instead of basically where this ends, I want to see if I can do the Illumina black or the Presto black on this piece here, and I'll show you a video of me doing that and trying to get that to match as close as I can to this original color. It hasn't been cleaned yet, still got gunk on it. You see it peels off. Not too bad, actually. I got lucky. The barrel's not too bad, but they did scrape the snot out of this over here that I'll need to try and figure out. I've been trying to steel wool it just in here, but I'll probably polish this up and use that Presto black on this to kind of match the color I've got here. Just kind of playing with it. Everyone's doing the unboxing and taking it apart, and I thought if I just broke it down into, once you've got it apart, what you're looking at, how to do things a different way. Sweat the stock, which is basically you get the stock and you put it over a pot of boiling water and let it get hot, let the steam get to it, and it'll bring all these imperfections up. You can still see there's some dark stuff here, which is just junk. So the way you'll know that it's working is that your sandpaper will look like this. All this dark stuff is actually the oil that's in the stock that you're sanding down. So you're really not sanding down the stock, you're really sanding off all this junk that's in the stock. All this is in the stock. This is my probably second piece of sandpaper on this butt stock here. And I just keep sweating it and then trying to get as much as I can out. I'm gonna probably leave some of it, but as you guys know, the wood did not come like this. This is all oil and grease and grime, especially in here in the front. If I pull this back, drop that, you can see this is from when you oil your gun and you stand it up. All that oil from that gun goes right into this stock. That's why you see a lot of stocks crack in here. It's not good to oil your gun and stand them up. Every time I oil my guns, when I first oil them, bring them back from shooting, I'll actually stand them the opposite way on their nose, so all the oil runs down. I don't want all the oil running into the stock. These stocks aren't protected inside. They're raw. So let's pull this out. When you oil that stock, it's not finished inside. It's all raw wood, so all that oil leaches into that from the inside out, and that's what causes your cracks. I do have a crack there I have to address. I have a crack in the front. If you guys watch some other guys doing some woodwork, you want to do all your woodworking first before you fill that crack. If you try and put glue in there and the glue comes through, any finish, any linseed oil, it'll make a shiny spot right here. It won't take. So you want to make sure you get all the imperfections out of here, and you can see all the oil and stuff that's still in this thing. So I'll do another video of sweating the stock. Like I said, I have a short. I'll do a video of me patching that spot on the side after I get some of the junk out of this stock. And that's it. Just a number 5 Jungle Carbine from RTI. Like everyone else has. I do have a number 1 Mark IV I'll be doing Again, without a bolt. They're both B grade, which is pretty beat up, but not bad. You're going to have that mark on the stock that'll never come out, but it's those imperfections, I can get them as close as I can. Not trying to make it perfect. Otherwise I sand it all down really well and do that, but I still want it to have some character. So you just got to make sure when you're sanding that you're not really taking off a lot of wood, but getting all these imperfections out, all the oil and grease that comes through when you sweat it. That's where all this has come from when I sweat it up in here. It pops out. I've did a little sanding in through here. I still have to sweat this some more, but usually 30-40 minutes over a pot of boiling water, and then let it cool off. All those impurities will pull out of the wood. You'll sand it down. Your sandpaper will look like I showed you, like this. This is all grease and oil and gunk. It just clogs up your sandpaper. You're really not sanding any wood. It's just all the impurities coming out of your stock. And then just different ways to try and get different colors. Like I said, this one was a Luma Black, and it came out pretty good inside. Not 100% like it would look, but close enough. The buttstock with Presto Black. So give it a nice finish. Kind of a bluish black, but even on the sling band it came out pretty good. Nice and shiny, nice and pretty. And then again, the clip I did with a Luma Black didn't work. I heated it up and used WD-40 and sprayed it when it was super hot, and that's what got the finish on it. Not bad. Then again, same thing with this, the Presto Black. Came out nice and black. You'll never see that bolt. This is your butt pat bolt. It came out nice and pretty, nice and black, both ends. Just trying to darken it up, getting the bolts to come out so they look nice. Thank goodness they're not all marred up. And your barrel band. So it looks good. So when you guys are doing it, the next step will be probably trying to clean up the gun itself. Not too bad, not too much junk in there. I don't know if I'll break it all down and try and blue it all, but just trying to get it back the way it was. There's some rust on there and junk. I haven't cleaned this up yet. So that'll be the next project, just cleaning that up and trying to get these striations out of here, because they cut it in pretty good. They filed the heck out of it with a wire brush, which they do, just so you can see the numbers and see what it is, and things like that. But you can tell it's a number 5 Mark 1. You can tell it's 745. It's been refinished. Those are the marks. That F means it's gone to the armorer and they've done some work on it. But the sight's all there. Everything works. Pops up. I did try the bolt. I got a 0 head bolt on it from Sarco. It fit fine. I put a dummy round in it. Worked great. The barrel. I don't know if I can show you the barrel. Let's see if we can see down the barrel. Can't really see anything. Gotta get a light down there, but not too bad. Still gunky. Still needs some cleaning. I do see some lands and grooves in there, so that's good. But I'll work on that when I clean this part up. Right now I'm just playing with the stock, trying different methods of bluing the small parts. If you want to see how somebody takes it apart, there's plenty of videos of guys breaking them down. They're not super hard, but just giving you guys an idea of different ways to try and get some of the colors you want, and things like, just to see how they turn out, experimenting, things like that. So hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.